Hello there, my friends, and thank you for joining me in this video. I want to start out with just a welcome. Thank you for being here and for being with me on this adventure. I'm feeling quite reflective, in fact, very reflective, because it has been the first day of our Stitches and Stories retreat with Kiki in Wisconsin, USA. Now, I've talked a lot about it and I am going to stitch, but we celebrated today many things, but most of all, the joy of being together. I talked to you, that's why I'm on YouTube, so I can come home of an afternoon and talk with you. That is my happy place. And I have received gifts. I have received more than that, though. I have, the gift, physical gift, but mostly a spiritual and community gift. So I thought I will show you some of the treasures that we have been working with today, and also to, I've got a new project, and that's my reward, because when I am with others, I just get totally inspired and I can't wait just to stitch. And so my unwinding after a fabulous day of creativity and bars is to talk with you first, to process and reflect, and then stitch until I fall asleep. So I talk about the generosity and the kindness of people over and over, because that's what I found in this community. And so I have we call this the Secret Swans Society, the Kiki and I, and it was to be Kelly May, and Kelly is still our third swan. But anyone who is at this workshop has instantly become a swan, and there is a swan theme going for sure. So Kiki and I gave everyone there a pin cushion, and Kiki has been collecting little bits from the thrift stores around where she lives nearly for a year. And then we filled them yesterday and covered them, and I thought I was doing this for someone else, but she tricked me, and this one is mine to keep. So there we are. I have Princess with me. In fact, I'll need Princess in a minute. I've left her over on the bed. She's come home, and here is my Kiki Swan. Is that not beautiful? Pin cushions are just the best. We could have had a whole show and tell day on pin cushions. So that is my swan pin cushion number one. And then, oh my goodness, look at this. We have a lovely artist at the retreat called Angela. I don't know whether I mentioned her last night, but she presented Kiki and I with this pin cushion ring, and it was plain yesterday afternoon, and she took it home because she goes, do you mind if I put something on it and look what colors would you like? She has felted it in orange and pink, and that is my swan ring that I wore today throughout the day. Now, we talked and laughed about maximalism. How handy is that? I just adore it as jewelry. So, and shout out to supportive partners. We had several instances where people spoke about their husbands or partners' contribution to the gifts that we received. And I'm not going to show you all the gifts. I'm just going to share some, because a little bit every night would be fun. This, the bottom of this was made by Angela's husband. He 3D printed them, and then she did the rest. She also gave every person a pin cushion as well, if not two. So she's amazingly generous, and she's taking lots and lots of photos of our event. So there we go. Starting off, I've collected so many stories over the day, and I'm not going to, I can't, because of leave someone out, but it was just so joyous. But I have to mention again Philippa from the UK, who at the end of the day showed me her swan nails. She got swans. You'll have to look on Instagram to see the photo of them. Yeah, incredible. So we truly have a swan thing going, and I'm calling Kiki's house the house of the 1,000 swans. It should be million swans, but she's got thousands. We had a keynote speaker who was Christine Mason Miller. Now, you may be familiar with her work, and it was just truly extraordinary to have Christine amongst us today. She not only spoke and sort of opened our event, but she stayed all day and stitched, and it made me feel such joy that he was this very, very well-known person, was stitching at the end of the day, making her very own nest in our shared nest. So that's what we enjoy. This book is her Ordinary Sparkling Moments and the Art of Finding Yourself. And I'm getting asked lately, how did I get here? And particularly from people who don't know me. And I've got a little bit of a shrine here. I thought, this is Christine's writing. And I suppose this for me, I just want you to enjoy the writing, but I'm actually going to say that this sums me up. And I told her that this is the one that made me cry. Here we go. I'll try not to cry. Life provides continuous cycles of transformation and growth. We become caterpillars, go into the cocoon, burst through as butterflies, and then do it all over again. The idea that we are all gorgeous winged creatures able to emerge from our darker experiences is a lovely one. And it is also important to embrace the cocoon, to cherish the times when we are deep in the act of change and shedding old selves. The in-between stages, whether delicate or turbulent, are where the most profound lessons are learned and real change occurs. So that's been happening with me, with you, and you are here as I evolve. I love the image of the butterfly, and I've spoken about that so many times, but I also like the cocoon. And this, again, is just so beautifully done there at the butterflies. So you're probably in your cocoon stitching right now. We might be on a plane or wherever you are. The cocoon is where our souls do the work they need to do, where we are safe enough to face truth with eyes wide open. So it was a stunning opening as we learned about each other and shared stories around the circle, and then we went for a walk in Kiki's garden, which was magical. So as I said, I've chosen, I could easily have not made a video tonight, but I've chosen to do this because people said to me it's like what is it? Like a video diary, a video journal, and I'm sharing myself now, oh gosh, with so many more people than I ever intended. And I am a private person, but here I am. I'm out of this cocoon, and there may be another one, but my soul is blessed. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. So this little piece is the one that I worked on. I worked on a few bits. I didn't get a lot of stitching done today, but this is a shrine. This is a sun shrine because I've been influenced so much by Kelly May Krenz, our missing swan. And Kelly, we're sending all our love to you as you rest and that brain of yours gets well in its cocoon. But a sun shrine is the thing that brings joy. And I don't know whether I've shown you this one before, but there she is. There's the sun, and these are the flowers. These were gifted. The women were so generous, like literally people turned up with suitcases of things to share, and it was incredibly generous. I've never seen anything like it, to be honest. So, as I said, I've got lots of gifts and I don't want to leave anyone out, but this is something that was given to me by Linda. Linda, thank you so much. Linda's been with me from the beginning, from the very, very beginning. So I love how you must, I don't know, I can't remember saying them, but I think, you know, I realize that how much you must listen to my dribble and my stream of consciousness, because look at this, for the most gorgeous hinged tin in the happy colors. Look at this, and it's chocolates. It's just the most beautiful tin. I adore it. Then I opened it up. And there's a card. I won't show you the insides, but Linda, thank you so much. I didn't acknowledge this today because she just said, which is your bag? I've got something for you, and popped it in. And so I've only opened it just now. So a beautiful card. I love that. It's, look at that. It's just divine. And then not only is it divine with a card, there's all sorts of treasures. And look at this. I felt this, and then I thought there's something inside it. Get ready. I did have a peek. This is heavy and beautiful and sequined. I adore it. And are you ready? It's a tape measure, and it's got inches and centimeters on it, which I need in my life. I wish you could feel the weight of that in your hand. So Linda, saying thank you is an understatement. I'll keep going because there's more. Look at this. Beautiful pen. Just feeling it in my hands is just glorious. And my first embellish ruler, so I can actually measure things. I mean, that is just so special. And Linda supports me. She buys things from me, and I ship them, and I worry that they don't get to her in the States, but here we were in person. So this box, and I won't take you through everything, but look, she knows I journal. I think she started watching me when I journaled. A brooch that will probably go on me tomorrow if I have my, this is going to be relevant to what I'm about to show you. Look, red, white and blue. US. I'm going to put that up there. And then a collection, like the care and the thought that goes into, look at that, hope. So, and there's flowers. I'll use these all, Linda. Thank you so much. There's a bangle. Let's slip that on right now. There's a brooch. Look at these treasures. There's buttons. Are these candies? Look at this. Oh, look at that for a charm. Oh, gosh. USA. It's got, oh, wow. Oh, can you hear me? Oh, look at that. That's an earring. That's camphor or quilt. Oh. So, look. Wow. Do you know what? Do you do this? Like, I just look at these things and then go, oh, I could do that. I could do that. There's more fabric in there. Another brooch, turquoise. I love it, because I did say I wanted to embrace the turquoise, like Kiki. And I would try to explain that this is a different blue turquoise to what we get at home. Anyway, there we go. That is treasures. Treasures. And as I say, there was so many more, and I'll gradually, I didn't bring all of them home. Okay, what am I going to show you? My reward project. And this is a story, because it's stitches and stories, and I want there to be a thread. We talked about that, like the red thread and whatever. Okay, I have been, well, I've got my Art on the Heart shirt. You know, I've been embellishing for a while. Kiki on the first day took me to the Vinny's shop, and I am about to introduce you to the journal jacket, because people keep telling me and asking me about how I got here, and I said I got to stitching through junk journaling, really, and that was my process when I was in the cocoon transforming. I had to write it down. Okay, so this is the jacket. This is the price tag. It's big, and I did not pay this price for it. So this is US dollars, so that's 8 US, which probably would be 12 Aussie dollars. But on the day that we were at Vinny's, everything with the yellow ticket, are you ready for this story? $1. $1. I liked it because it was the tweed. I liked it because I looked inside, and it is so soft. It's beautifully lined, and somewhere it says here 100% lamb's wool. Now, I'm from Australia. You know about sheep and lambs. They're our bread and butter in a way. I'm mixing all my stories up. And so loved that 100% wool, perfect condition. And then I had it in my hands, and Kiki goes, "Oh, that's Ralph Lauren." I went, "What?" I did not know this, that Ralph Lauren had a line, obviously a cheaper line, for the mass market, and this is it. So I learned something, and I'm just going to say I have a Ralph Lauren jacket that is going to be the journal of this visit. And it's totally summer here, and Kiki goes, "But you're looking at all the winter things." Well, I'm going home into winter, and I will be wearing this. So you can see I've already started the lapel. I'm going to turn the sleeves up, and I'm going to embellish the inside because they're a little long, and that is, you know, that's the way I will wear it anyway, and I like that that's a contrast. So I've got some things already, so I'll take you through here. You know how I love tapestry. This is, I've harvested it off. You might remember better than me. Was it a flowers in vases, or was it, I don't know what it was. But I'm thinking I'm going to mix what I do currently, because my stitching has evolved, with particular pieces, and I've got a lot of them already, so I thought I'd go through that. So different to my Art on the Heart, I don't know whether you can see my, no, that's silly, I'm putting my shirt out. No. I'm trying to show you that embroidery on my Art on the Heart shirt. It's going to be different, and I'm already being influenced by the colors that are around me and the idea of the US. So I'm going to take you through those, but before that I need to show you something else that I think that might belong with this. At the antique store, which the girls from the workshop are at right now, or they might be home now, this is, I don't think I showed you this. This is a belt bag, beaded, vintage, and it has a pocket in it. And I quite like the idea of, and sure it'll make it heavy, but I don't mind incorporating something like this. Maybe not onto the top collar, but onto the bottom pocket or something. I know that's out there, but just something that's going through my head because the colours are so in symmetry or so sympathetic or whatever, complementary. But I couldn't leave that. She's designed for around your belt. Or I could just wear her on the belt. But we're talking wearables. So this is a wearable, vintage, little purse. This is very grey, I can see, so we'll keep it up here. I'm filming tonight on, I don't know whether, did I show you this? I think I did, on my haul. This is, I don't know what this was intended for, but I'm thinking I will separate this braid out, and that can go as part of the jacket. Let's do the official taking off of the price tag. And I want to show you some of the textiles that were on offer today from gifts, as gifts. Oh, I don't know where my favorite is. Okay, let me go. So yeah, no, I'll go here first. Gifts to share is what I'm, so there was a share table, and this is cross stitch from a tablecloth. Krista bought these things, and she tells me that she sells textiles. And I just think a morsel of this somewhere on the jacket. I've got a lot because I just didn't know what part I was going to use, but that is so beautiful. And I thought it can be, you know, a cuff, or, you know, I can divide it here. So these are all ideas. I know I'm not the only person working on wearables, and I just love the possibilities of incorporating our slow stitching. So this is going to be very different for me, a different style and a different emphasis. So that's one of the things. I showed you some of the embroideries that I got at the stall the other day, and I have already harvested this. I think that says Saturday. I'm going to, let's just even it up. I ripped it and it didn't go quite straight. This is definitely going on there, and probably as a cuff. It's like good morning, you know, I use that from the doily that Bet gave me all of those years. I don't use text a lot, but Saturday, because I've got a jumper that I love wearing, that's got weekend, it's knitted into it, and I just thought Saturday, and hey, yeah, hello my Southern Hemisphere friends, it is Saturday for you, so the weekend. So an idea like that. I also was gifted this by Angela, and she has made them, and I'm thinking that I will, let's do that now. So I haven't even asked about you, I don't think. Or I just wonder whether you were in your cocoon, whatever. And I'm sorry, Angela, you probably spent all this time putting it onto this backing, which is perfect for me to now harvest as a whole being, because I want the flower shape. I've turned my phone around and I put it up, thanks to Tanya, and I'm just hoping that when I upload it, it doesn't have those black lines. I've been trying everything and I do apologize. And if you're new, you'll think, oh, she's hopeless. It's just more that I haven't got my equipment, and I'm working out how to use borrowed equipment that I'm really grateful for. So I like this because it's in the red, white and blue, and you can see these colors are sort of complementary. I've got some other bits of embroidery that you won't have seen, including these strawberries. Now the lovely Laurie was, look at this, look at the trim that's just come off the sides of whatever this was. And I know a lot of people use strawberries. I know Corinne's having a whole retreat based around strawberries, and I've been watching her go shopping for that. And the lovely Laurie, who, actually let's just harvest this now, because I want to show you how I see the beautiful shape. Spent today, and I don't want to share all the project because, you know, we're still doing it. Made strawberry, and it was divine. So maybe that's why I'm loving the look of these strawberries. Very, very fine. Stitching. So we'll just harvest. I'm not sure exactly where it will go, but you know, in our eclectic way. Michelle bought textiles from around the world. It was mind-blowing what she had in her tub, and it was literally a tub to share. So yeah, generosity. We all can't believe it that we're there. Okay, so all of that white would disappear, but I like those leaves and I like those strawberries, and probably that's a good enough start. I'm going to try and stay within, I'm thinking like something like that rose. This is Kiki's dress that I've cut up. So it's about different textures. Which is part of the eclectic feel. And putting them together in quirky ways. Yeah, so we've got rose. Look at that, we've got a rose, strawberries, Saturday, and part of a quilt block so far. Oh, and this. So my mind went immediately to the top of a button or around a cuff or somewhere, or like a, so even though it's long, or I could loop it. And it can become a dangle or something. So not there, like a medal. I like that on my shirts, that idea of like a uniform. Okay, so let's stitch just for a little while. Actually, maybe we won't. Maybe this is, I see some people just explaining what they're going to do and then they stitch the next time. So maybe, because I don't want to make a mistake on here, so I probably need to just turn it on and double check. But there you are. That's going to be, it's the start of my journal jacket. I'll probably put this on a, I don't know. You better stay tuned. Just put that down, remember? Too long for there. I adore this. So I'm going to do the lapels first, or one lapel. I quite like a asymmetric look. So there we go. Thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate it. And as I said, it's been an incredible day. I've loved every minute of it, and my reward is Kate's in the cocoon. You know, I'll probably separate that and have one strawberry. I think we'll do that now. See, just by talking to you, I work things out. So apparently around here you can still get lots of embroideries, and I said we're running out in Australia. Is that not delicious? I'll just making threads on my shirt. I just want to show you how cute that is. Okay, with that, thank you so much, my friends. I love that you're here with me. Have a wonderful weekend if you're already into that. As I said, I wasn't going to film, and then I just thought I need to. It's a celebration of the being. I've been inspired by the women, so I've got to do my own thing now. So I hope you've got your stitching out as well, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now, from Kate in the Nest.